Hi kids, welcome to detention. To pass the time, I'm going to talk to you about the Supreme Court system, in particular, the McDonald versus Chicago court case.
I love that case. I have a slideshow about it. Do you want to see?
What?
Oh, yeah, this is one of my all-time favorite court cases. Here, check it out. You see, back in 2008, this old retired janitor named Otis McDonald had lived in the same house in Chicago since 1971. But over time, gangs and drug dealers started showing up in the neighborhood. After his house was broken into on several occasions, McDonald decided that the shotgun he owned was too unwieldy to properly and effectively protect his home. So he went and tried to buy a handgun for his house. The thing is, the city of Chicago has several gun control laws in place, and one of these prevented residents from carrying a handgun. Frustrated, McDonald and other Chicago residents filed lawsuits against the city. Their goal? To obtain the right to carry a handgun for the purpose of protection. They used the Second Amendment, 14th Amendment, and the recently released results from the District of Columbia versus Heller court case to support their argument. The District of Columbia versus Heller case ruled that the Second Amendment right to bear arms applies only to federal enclaves, or federal property. It did not, however, apply to the states. McDonald argued that, because of the 14th Amendment, the states should be granted the gun rights that have been granted to the federal properties. The case was first taken to a district court, which dismissed it. But McDonald appealed, and the U.S. District Court of Appeals for the Seventh Circuit took his case. The case then went to the Supreme Court, where they ruled that the Second Amendment right to bear arms did apply to the states. But this ruling didn't remove every handgun control law in the city of Chicago. It only allowed residents to keep a handgun on their property. It wasn't a license to carry. Today, the people of Chicago are still fighting lawsuits to relieve themselves of the strict gun control laws. In fact, Wayne LaPierre of the NRA and Paul Helmke of the Brady Center both agreed that the court's ruling protected against bans on handguns for self-protection in the home. But, as to the general question of gun laws not covered in McDonald, a large number of lawsuits are still needed in order to determine whether any other existing state gun regulations might also be unconstitutional. It looks like the city of Chicago still has a lot of work ahead of them. So, what'd you think?
That was really informative.